Most people start their LLC in about 10 minutes on the filing website and then wonder 6 months later why every bank keeps telling them no. But before we even get into that, most people also overpay to get filed. They get upsold on stuff they didn't even need. And in the end, they end up with an LLC that isn't set up to get funding. Today, I'm going to show you two things. First, I'll walk you through the filing of your LLC in 2026, the cheap, correct way, and show you exactly which upsells to skip so you can keep your money. Then I'll show you one thing that separates just from having an LLC, from having a business that's actually positioned to get you funded. And by the end, you'll have a real filed EIN, bank ready LLC, without spending hundreds of dollars on things you could have done yourself. My name is Chess. I've already personally secured well over 400K in business funding, so everything you see on my channel comes from real world results, either from myself or my clients. And if you're new here, make sure you subscribe because I break down credit, business funding, and strategies we actually use in the real world. So first step is going to be your name, and you need to make sure that you can actually use this in 3 places, not just one. So I'll stick with first, let's search it up on our state. So I like to use Northwest Registered Agent depending on what state you're in. And then we can select the state you're in. So I'm in California. So we'll do an example right here, California Business Search. And we'll just be able to search a name. You can search your name here. It'll either show like a bunch of names that it already have if you are doing the same name. And that means you cannot choose that name. You have to choose another name. Or it'll show you something like, it's going to be blank or it cannot find. So when it cannot find a name like that, that's the name that you can use for your LLC. Next, we're going to look at the trademark. So we can open up the US PTO trademark search and we can run the same name because being available with your state does not automatically mean you're clear from a trademark. So you can search the same business name there and you can check if someone else is using your trademark or your name or anything like that. So if it's free and clear, then you could use that as well. So generally, an LLC name needs a required LLC designation and certain regulated words that can require additional approvals depending on your state. So I would do yourself a favor. Don't spend money on logos, signs, or business cards until you've done these checks. It's because we're doing all this later it's going to be very expensive for you. Now, let's actually file it. I'm going to keep this part super quick because I've gone through the full walkthrough and I'm about to drop it in for you. I'm using Busy, the company formerly known as InkFile. At the time I'm recording this, Busy advertised LLC formation starting at $0 plus your state annual filing fees. And some of it formation offers include registered agent services, but obviously check your current package and checkout before you submit the pricing and offers because it can still change. Your state is still going to charge its own filing fees, and that amount depends entirely where you're forming from. California is a little bit expensive, maybe you want to use a different state. So one thing I would watch out, formation companies make money through additional services. So you're going to see add-ons during this process, EIN filing, operating agreements, expedited services, compliance services, all kinds of stuff. So might make sense for your situation and others, you can easily handle this all yourself. The EIN is a perfect example because I'm going to show you exactly how to do that directly from the IRS for free in the later of this video. So let's run through the actual filing right now. So let's start with LLC, state of California, like I did before. Depending on your state, you'll do it in your state, but let's do it. All right, so we're going to do it in the state of California. We're going to do most basic. It's going to be only a $75 state fee. Usually I like doing the expedited filing because you get it in 2 days instead of 4 weeks. So let's add that on and get started. So LLC name, same thing. We'll paste it in. It's going to be without the LLC because the designator is for LLC. So we have that on there already. This LLC will be managed by LLC members. All right, and the contact person, you can add your first name, last name here, and then the email. So we already have our email from the ones we created from the business email. Got it, we'll put it right here. Mobile phone, we'll use the phone number we made with these phone numbers, Google Voice or Freedom Voice. All right, and then first name, last name. Right, in the next part, we're going to talk about the virtual mail addresses that we can use. If you're doing out-of-state filing, I do recommend doing a professional virtual mail address from Busy. If you check on the USPS tool, you'll probably see that it will not be considered as a commercial mail receiving agency. So Busy is safe. You can also use your residential address too. That's completely fine. but we're going to stick with using a virtual mail address just for this example. And then we're going to copy this address too for our future reference. This is going to be our company's address. So you can put that into your checklist if you are using the address. If not, then you could put your own residential address. That's completely fine too. So contact address, this is going to be the name address of the person whom you're going to be contacted. Next, premium service package. We do not need any of these. EIN, that's going to be completely for free on the next part. Operating agreement, you already have one here. If you did not fill this out already, please fill it out. Make sure to make a copy of it before doing it. You can just press file, make a copy. You should receive a copy there. Okay, make a copy. And then make sure you fill out all the highlighted ingredients here. Cool. Next part, we don't want any of these. We're going to get that out for free. So next, no thanks. Numbers of members, we're going to stick to 1. All right, and then we're going to do individual. If you are managed by a company, you can do that as well. But we're going to just check this. And use the assigned company address provided by Busy, since we did use their company address. Okay. All right, and next part, if you are doing a foreign filing like we talked about, you're gonna have to have them as your registered agent. But if you are doing it in your area, in your state, you can act as your own registered agent. That's completely fine. So we're gonna click these two: your name, your address, and next. Do you want them to get your EIN? Nope, we'll do it for free on the next part. Bank of America, do you want to sign up for their small business banking account? You can do this. You're going to eventually have to do this anyways, but for this purpose, I'm not going to do it right now. Select your preferred method of delivery. We want electronically delivered. All right. Do you want a tax consultation? Nope, we are not interested at that. Do you want a license? Nope, we'll do it ourselves. And that should be it. So after this, we can click next and pay for our package. So we'll move on to the next part after this. All right, once your LLC has been approved, now you can save your articles of formation documents inside of the PDF and keep them somewhere where you can easily access this. I like to have one folder with all my company documents, so it's easy. Going to need those documents again. And next up is your EIN, your employer identification number. Think of this as the federal tax ID for your business. And if you're eligible to use the IRS online application, you could get it directly from the IRS directly for free. So you don't have to pay a formation company $50 or $100 or $200 just because they're willing to fill out the applications for you. So you could go directly to irs.gov and make sure you're actually on the .gov website, because there's plenty of websites designed to look official that charge for something that IRS provides for free. So here's a full step-by-step guide. Follow along, get your EIN, save the confirmation documents in the IRS that gives you that you may need proof for your EIN when you're opening up your bank accounts or setting anything up in the future. And that is going to be creating our EIN. So if you go to establish EIN, I'm going to be able to click that link. Let's scroll down, apply for EIN. Okay, begin application. Do this for the LLC. We could continue. How many members are in the LLC? For my purpose, I only have myself, so I'll put myself in there. If you have more, then you can put more. We're in the state of California. All right, continue. Why is the LLC requesting an EIN? I usually like to put banking purposes. That makes it the easiest bypass as possible. So let's continue. All right, please tell us about the responsible party of the LLC. You can put your first name, last name, social. I am one of the owners. And we'll click continue. Okay, where is the LLC physically located? All right, so if you did do a virtual filing, then we're going to be able to pull up this address that we just had at first. And we're going to enter it in here. The state is in California. Zip code 9. And then phone number. Remember, you already made a phone number, so you have this already. All right, and do you have an address different from the above that you want the mail sent? If you are in a different address, then you can have it set directly to your residential. And remember, if you did do a residential address when you're filing before on Busy, then please put your residential address for this here. Do not use the virtual address because you did not file with a virtual address. So remember, if you are doing residential, use your residential. We'll like continue from here. No commas in this, remember. All right, legal name of the business. Remember, you could just copy and paste it. You don't have to have the LLC in there. All right, let's go. If you have DBA, you can put DBA. County where the LLC is located, we have Sacramento since we have that as our virtual address. State territory where article of organization is filed. We're doing this in California. LLC start date is 2025, so we're doing the year 2025. All right, tell us more about the LLC. We're going to click no for all of this. We do not do any of this in our business. All right, and this is in a e-commerce business, so I believe we are going to do it in retail. This can be internet sales or direct sales, any kind of that stuff. And we'll click continue. But if you are doing consulting, you should be able to do other and click continue. It should be consulting. All right. But for our purpose, we're doing retail since we're doing e-commerce, and we'll stick to that for this one. We're selling goods exclusively over the internet. All right, and after that, we'll click receive letter online, and we should be able to continue and submit this. All right, now we got the LLC and we got the EIN. Two more things separate the LLC that exists on paper from one that's actually ready to operate. First is going to be your operating agreement. Even if it's just you, I would have one. You generally do not need to file this with a state. It's an internal document that lays out how the company operates. So who owns what, how decisions are made, how profits are handled, what happens if ownership changes, all of that. Sign it, date it, and keep it with your business records. Second, open your business bank account. The exact documents depends on the bank and your entity, so check in with your bank before you go. But commonly, you want the approved formation documents, the ones we just did, the EIN documents, operating agreement, and if required, your identification. So open the account, start treating it like an operating business account to separate your personal and business. Business income goes inside your business. Business expenses comes out of the business. So don't have your grocery bills, Netflix subscription, and all your other stuff like kind of running through there. So only operating account expenses. Besides making your accountant, giving him a nightmare or her, I would create a separate legal entity in the first place to keep your personal and your business clean. So that's why we did this in the first place. Now, there's going to be one more thing that I need to update because there's a lot of old information online about the BOI reporting. A couple years ago, everybody was hearing that businesses had to submit beneficial ownership information to the FinCEN. And this literally just changed today. Again, August 11th, 2026, FinCEN issued a final rule permanently removing the federal BOI reporting requirements for U.S. companies and U.S. persons. So if you're creating a normal domestic LLC here in the United States, you're exempt from federal BOI reporting requirements now. So this isn't just a temporary situation where people were just talking about it before. They already had a temporary remove under the requirements under interim rule in about 2025, last year. Now they finalized it and they announced it that you're deleting it permanently. So you don't have to file that from U.S. persons who are now exempt. So certain foreign filing companies, they do have to file this if they're not in the U.S. So just keep in mind that. So if that's your situation, don't use this video as your answer. Check your current FinCEN requirements if you are not in the U.S. But for normal U.S. LLC owners, you can't watch this. Don't pay for someone else to file the BOI for you. You aren't required to file. All right. Now, let's talk about something else. You're going to start seeing the second you research business funding. Age companies. You've probably seen them, 3-year-old companies, 5-year-old companies, 10-year-old companies. Maybe I talked about it before in my other videos. And you'll hear everything from they're completely useless to buy this and you get $200,000 tomorrow. Neither one gives you the full picture of this. So here's the truth. Age can help, like it can help, but only if you do this correctly. There's a big difference between acquiring a properly aged LLC and paying thousands of dollars for an empty shell that happens to have an old formation date. That's where most people get burned. Someone shows you a company that's formed in 2019 and you think, perfect. Buying a 7-year-old LLC business history. Not necessarily. You might be buying nothing more than a 7-year-old filing date. There's going to be two completely different things when we're talking about age companies for funding. The date on the Secretary of State website is one piece we're looking at. What state they're in is also one thing you want to look at too. And I'm purposely not going to unpack all the things in this video because we're actually not getting into the funding strategy here. But understand this, a properly selected and properly positioned age company, it can has lots of advantages for funding. An empty shell being marked as age, it just means somebody formed it years ago and it isn't automatically the same thing. So you have two paths. You can start a brand new LLC, exactly like how I showed you today, build it correctly from day one, or there are situations where an age company, it can make sense for you if you know what you're doing and you know what you're buying. So you know how it's positioned as well. What I don't want you to do is spending thousands of dollars on something that someone just basically said, hey, it's a 5-year-old LLC, bro. The banks are going to love it. That's not a funding strategy. Now, you have to know exactly where it's coming from, what state is in, how you can actually transfer the title from what state, which state is actually going to allow you to pick that age. So two people could both own a perfectly legitimate LLCs. One can struggle to get $2,000 in approvals. The other can be positioned to access significantly more capital. But what's the difference? The profile between a application, your personal credit profile, your business profile, how the business is structured, your banking relationship, what lenders you're approaching when you're approaching them, and the order that everything happens. That's where this video stops, because if I tell you everything we do after the LLC is formed, we'd be sitting here for probably another 6 hours. But I'll show you where you can start learning the next piece for free. Whether you eventually want my team in your corner or you want to start doing this completely yourself, I built a free school community that is exactly like that. Inside I share DIY credit education strategies where we're seeing what works and hacks to help you understand the profile behind business funding, or if you need credit repair. And if you're surrounded by other business owners working toward the exact same thing, building stronger credit, fundable businesses, and ultimately getting access to capital. So let me show you all that. So if you follow the tutorial and just form your LLC, that's where I'd go next. The link to join the free community is below. Cost you nothing at all. Come in, start learning, start practicing, get your first wins today. Part of this process that actually matters before applying for business funding. And if you're watching this and thinking, Chess, I don't want to figure this all myself. I want you guys to take a look at my profile, tell me exactly what I need to do. There's another link below where you can apply to work with us. We'll look at where you are now, where you're trying to go, and whether what we do actually makes sense for you and you have value for that. We have options for one-on-one personal credit building, consumer law credit repair, where me and my team custom writes each and every letter for you, helping qualified business owners position themselves for business funding. But whether you want to work with us or do this yourself, remember this: getting the LLC is step 1, EIN is step 2. Building a profile that banks actually want to lend to, that's the game. The store, it gets you in the door. The profile decides if it opens. This Cashflow Chess. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.